Hello, I'm Claudia Kay and welcome back to my channel. I have a haul for you guys. Everything here will be available on my live sale on Wednesday at 10 a.m. But if you would like to purchase something ahead of time, by all means you can send me an email and ask about pricing, because I have figured out the prices for everything, I believe. And let me tell you, I have got some stories. So, Thursday, my nephew and I headed out, 9 a.m., garage sailing. He's finally off school, so now he gets to go with me. He's super excited about it. And he's always on the lookout for musical instruments, amps. He's 13, so he still does like Legos and like Nerf gun stuff, right? So he has a very specific idea of what he wants. I'm on the lookout, obviously, for things I can resell, but I'm also on the lookout for wedding things, because I have a niece that is getting married in the fall, and we are going to DIY a lot of her decorations and things. And then there are a couple other things I can't remember that I'm on the lookout. Like my sister is always looking for Harry Potter items, and my daughter's birthday's coming up, so I'm on the lookout for anything that fits her decor or fits the things that she likes. So we went down our list of what we were on the lookout for, and I didn't have a plan. I'm not on Facebook, so I can't look up the garage sales, which in this area, Facebook is the place to find them, only if you get listed in other places. And I had a back seat full of stuff to donate to Volunteers for America. So our plan was to head that way and just stop at any signs we saw, and then maybe circle around a different way and run by my mom's and say hi. So we head out. First couple of signs led to nothing. We found the street, no garage sales. So I don't know if they were opening at 10 instead of 9 and had just put the signs out early, or if they were signs from last weekend, because people around here do not take their signs down. So if I don't go every single weekend, I don't know when it's a new sign or when it's been there a week. So didn't have any luck. Get to Volunteers, drop the stuff off, and start hitting some garage sales. We actually found some. So we get to this one garage sale, where as we walk up, it appeared to be a mom and a daughter like maybe in her 40s. Mom was my mom's age, right? So it seemed like, I don't know, it could have been an aunt and a niece, I don't know. But as we walk up, the younger of the two, the woman in her 40s, says, "I didn't price anything, just make me an offer." And I'm like, cool, we love that, right? So I'm already dropping things. So the first thing I see is a whole collection of almost exclusively cast iron salt and pepper shakers. I've never seen this many cast iron salt and pepper shakers. And now I didn't do any cleaning, because that will take off the cold paint. Now these were included in there, obviously not cast iron. So one pair of ceramic and then one pair of glass, which I will include if anybody wants them. I'll include them for free if you buy any of the cast iron ones, if you're interested in them. This one cleaned up beautifully. This one I couldn't even get the lid off, and there's rust in the bottom from rusting through the top. But these are older because they did have a nice magnesium glow to them when I checked. So a black set and a white set of these stoves, wood burners, and then teapots, coffee pots, wheelbarrows. Considering that those are all black and white. I think that the set would have been this and this. I think I held those up wrong. That would have been the set. This is my favorite. Look. A boat and a car. And almost all of them have these really pretty flower detail on them. And then one random one. But it's so much fun. And then there were 2 buckets, one super rusty, and then one with this amazing bird on it. So this whole cast iron lot, right? And so I made an offer, and the older woman counter offered. Every time I made an offer, the older woman counter offered. And then at the end, when I went to pay, she added another $1 to everything. The only thing that she did not counter offer on actually turned out to be the thing worth the most out of my whole haul of all day. This amazing Russian porcelain giraffe. It's the only thing she didn't counter offer on, and this is worth more than everything I picked up. So very faintly you can see on the bottom. I cannot remember. Let me get my book here. And I'm not going to say it right anyway, but it's a Lomonosov. And it was really interesting when I looked up the history, and it's big. Can you tell how big it is? When I looked up the history of these, this company started in Russia in the 1700s and exclusively made fine porcelain for the czars of Russia. And then stayed in business and went through several iterations over the years and ended up, they still make, I think they're still in business, but they still make porcelain figures, but they also make plates, china sets, things like that. So this is amazing. It's the only, I'm like, now it was covered, it had been in a smoker's house, so it was covered in dust and nicotine, and I managed to get it perfectly clean. It's a beaut. But it just cracked me up. That's the one thing she did not try to counter offer me on, and it's worth more than everything else I got. I picked up this still got the price on it. So we did hit 2 Goodwills in between the garage sales, just because we were following garage sale signs that just weren't going anywhere. So it says made in Italy right on the bottom. So a nice brass vase shaped like a pitcher. Super fancy. That's a nice big piece too. This little Lefton Kewpie. The outside's bisque and the inside's not. But little Lefton Kewpie planter, and still has its Lefton made in Japan. What does that say? Regular U.S. Patent Office exclusives Japan, Leftons. And you can see one little wing there, and then his second little wing there. And the wings are blue! And this is just a little guy. We ended up finding a garage sale at the fairgrounds, where I usually go to the flea market. And flea market is next weekend, this weekend coming up. So I'm super excited about that. But it was just a little one. Found a couple things there. they're having another garage sale next weekend. So flea market's only on Saturday, but the next garage sale they're having starts on Thursday, and it's going to benefit one of the cancer societies. So probably going to head back out to that. This set of bird brooches. Have I got it upside down? Oh my goodness. Aren't those pretty? So one's littler. And they were just in a random box, and I realized that they were a set. So pick those up. They're darling. Picked this up just because it was pretty and I had no idea what it was. Not marked in any way, didn't have a stopper of any kind. And when I looked it up online, it came up that it was a snuff bottle. So I have no idea. At first I thought it was an Avon item, but it's not marked Avon, and it didn't come up as Avon when I did a search. But little bottle. And then I've got this whole stack of glass. Oh, you guys do not know how happy it makes me to find glass. Although the first Goodwill we went into, I have not been in Goodwills in months because, you know, I was going through this whole process of moving and just putting my life back together and getting rid of stuff. So couldn't go to Goodwills, but went into this one, and I hadn't been in it in a while, and it was so empty. Even like the clothing, and usually clothing is jam-packed. Clothing was empty. I don't know what's going on. Sometimes they do a clean out and then restock everything, and I don't know if that was what was going on, but it was very empty. And so I'm like, I'm not going to find anything in here. First thing that I picked up that looked vintage was a Depression era mixing bowl in clear glass, $8. And it was one of the small ones. $8. And I'm like, I'm never gonna find anything in here. Except I did. I found one thing. I found a Fenton Bear. This one is December. So if you need a December, see, his heart is a blue zircon. So if you need a December Fenton Bear, I got you. And no chips, no cracks. He's in beautiful shape. But I couldn't get over that mixing bowl in clear glass being $8. I get that it's Depression wear, but I might be able to get $8 out of it for resale, but most likely $6. And I have that one in uranium glass in my personal collection that I paid less for at an antique store. So $8. I thought that was ridiculous. This darling, I couldn't identify it, but the bottom tells us it's got some age. It's so little and so cute. I have a different niece that is about to have a baby in August, but she does not like vintage things at all. She is a Target mom all the way. But I still couldn't resist because it's so cute. It's so adorable. It's a little planter. And then picked this up at a garage sale and knew it was early American pattern glass and thought, how the spooners I have always have handles. I don't know that it's a spooner. The woman told me that it was her grandmother's and that she remembered her keeping spoons in it. And I thought, oh, well, maybe it is a spooner. And I get home and I looked up, it's a celery vase. Do you guys remember when we talked about celery vases? It's a celery vase. These make perfect pen holders. They make perfect makeup brush holders. You could put spoons in it. You could put your celery in it and keep your celery in it. But couldn't resist, and this gives off that very green, ghostly glow that lets us know it is older glass. And it is hard to see. That's why I don't try and show you guys on here. It's really hard to see that unless you're in a pitch black room, because it does not glow like uranium does, but it does give off a very ghostly green glow. So it's a much lighter glow than a uranium glow. But really pleased. This might be my first celery vase I've ever found. So excited about that. And then to carefully pick things up from here. I could not identify this, but the bottom has an amazing cadmium glow. And my black light, I'll try and show this during the live sale, see if you guys can see it. My black light is not here right now. But look how polished the bottom is. I don't know if it's just a toothpick holder. I don't know if it was part of a child set or if it's bohemian glass that was part of the little, you know, after dinner aperitif set. I don't know, but red glass, blue glass, and milk glass, because Monday is Memorial Day. Couldn't identify a maker on this. The pontil is kind of rough, so it's not Murano, but it does have the controlled bubbles in it. So been a while since I found a nice piece of art glass. It's nice and heavy too. I found one listed online as Blanco. I'm 99% sure it's not Blanco. And it could be, you know, just, we have a Akron Glassworks studio just an hour from me, so it could be from, you know, one of those. Doesn't necessarily have to be vintage, but it is mouth blown, so it's handmade and with the nice controlled bubbles all throughout. Super excited about that. I was just so excited about everything we found, and to find glass again. I love glass. You guys know I love glass, and I had been missing glass. Now, my nephew found this. So I try to stay away from the marigold because not a lot of people like marigold carnival glass, unfortunately. And it seemed to have been overproduced, so there's so much of it available. But he found this on his own, and he walked up to me, he's like, "What about this, Aunt Claudia?" I thought, we are getting that. So, really pretty bowl. Now, it does have one, I gotta find it, because you gotta feel for it. One chip right here on the inside. But, marigold carnival glass. And she had everything carefully stacked. This little milk glass plate, which gives me my red, white, and blue. And these are good to set underneath your small planters. This is a nice thick piece. I couldn't identify who made it. Feels like Westmoreland though, honestly. And I do believe it hung on the wall with one of the metal wall hangers for years, because there's rough edge here that the house shifting would have bounced there and made this inside edge rough. But just a little guy. I love a reticulated edge. And then picked up this one. Ooh, so pretty. I don't know if these were part of the same collection because we did find them in the same place, but this one is obviously a different company. It's got this beautiful swirl pattern. It's got a little pedestal base. It's a shallow bowl. It's so pretty. So I did pick up 2 pieces of marigold. They aren't going to be very expensive because marigold is, you know, it was overproduced and there's a lot of it in the world, but I think these are really pretty pieces to add to your collection. And This one would also work under a planter, a bigger planter, obviously, but that would work under a planter. And then I picked up a cake plate, and this one is, let me look, trying to find it. Anchor Hocking. Now there is some fading of the gold on it, but I love this pattern. And it's not a super tall cake plate. This would make perfect display. There's no curve to the top in either direction, so it has a flat, nice level surface for you to display items. And this is why I think that this milk glass, see the difference in color? That's why I think this is Westmoreland. It feels like Westmoreland. But Anchor Hocking here. Oh, it's just so pretty. Oh, you guys, I was so happy to find glass again. So happy. And let me check, but I think that was everything that I picked up for resale. I did find a book I was missing in a series, and I found something for my daughter for her birthday. I'm not gonna show you guys because I'm afraid she'll watch my video and I want it to be a surprise. Yeah, it looks like that was everything I picked up for resale. And remember, because I'm in a small space, I cannot buy a huge amount. So we did call it quits, and we did not go back out on Friday, even though I had to run them over to a friend's, and I saw 2 garage sales that had not been even open on Thursday. I'm like, nope, there is not room. And also keep in mind, because of not having room, there will be a quick turnaround. I know that my business model currently is not everybody's business model, and I wouldn't want anybody else to be upset because I'm underselling, but I literally don't have the room here to keep stuff. So I will probably be putting out a static sale at the beginning of the week that will have some of the previous items from the last couple of sales at a lower price. It'll only be a few items, but I don't have room. I can't keep stuff here. Last thing, so if you are my brother Rob, you can stop watching now. But every year for Christmas and or his birthday, I try to find new Avon cars to add to his collection. This is my favorite so far. It's the Volkswagen Bug. I love it. I love it. It still has its tag on the bottom, but it is empty. Oh, so excited about adding. His birthday is June 16th. I'm so excited about adding this to his collection, because this is my second favorite car in the world. So really excited to find it. We did hit one garage sale where this woman had like boxes this size with boxed Avon inside, and each box had like 10 to 15 items. Some were still the shaped soaps, some were perfume bottles, some were candles, some were those goblets that were made by, which glass company made that? I don't even remember. But she wanted $1 for the big box. She would have gotten 10 to 15 items. I don't have room. I do not have room. If I still had room, it might have been worth it to sell it for $5 to $6 a piece. And I did ask her about the cars. Her brother had taken all of the cars, so she didn't have any cars left. And I did look inside the box, the ones that were stacked on top. She had boxes on boxes, and none of them were like the Wonder Woman, Superman kind of stuff. So I couldn't do it. I just don't have the space for it. So I passed that up. But that's everything. Hope you guys enjoyed my haul, and I will be live Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time right here on my channel with all of this up for sale. Thank you. Remember, be kind. It doesn't cost you anything, and it may mean everything to someone else. Bye, guys.